Пред 9. мај, денот на Европа, разговараме со евроамбасадорот во земјава Самуел Жбогар за тоа што, првото прашање е, што го прави него лично горд и со што Европската унија може да се пофали, може да кажеме во оваа кризна 2020-та, меѓутоа 70 години од формирањето сепак е јубилеј. Добро вечер, добро дојдовте во Дневникот.
Добро вечер, thank you very much for having me. I feel very proud, I have to say, I feel very proud of being a European. As you said, 70 years since the establishment of the European Union, 70 years of peace and prosperity in the European Union. What makes me proud being here is that this year we finally decided to open negotiations with North Macedonia, but also to go forward. We were talking for years about what is the attitude of European Union toward the Western Balkans. And I think the summit and the whole situation around the corona crisis proved that we treat Western Balkans as a family, that we came for the support. We were the biggest partner that came to the region with the support and assistance, and we discussed together how to deal with the economic effects of the crisis. So we really feel like one family. So that makes me proud, and that makes me good of representing European Union in your country.
И покрај тоа што сте срекни и задоволни, сепак ќе ве прашам дали е проблем тоа што беше испратена многу слаба политичка порака од самитот во Загреб, самитот Европска унија Западен Балкан, особено дали ве разочарува тоа што поделбата допрва ќе се чувствуваат последиците на поделбите внатре во Европската унија во смисол на проширување.
Well, first we have to say that the summit happened in the times when each member state has a lot of internal problems to deal with corona crisis. They had a meeting. All leaders were there of the Western Balkans and European Union. Second, we treated Western Balkans as the family. So it's true, it's not mentioned enlargement in the text of declaration, but enlargement actually happened in reality. We were around the same table, virtual table, discussing the common problem of corona and virus and how to deal with economic consequences of that as one family. So the economic recovery plan that we are going to prepare as European Union will include also Western Balkans. We are going to come in the autumn with investment plan for the Western Balkans. I think so that enlargement, there was no need to mention enlargement in the text, but it was present in the room, as to say. Because enlargement we decided in March already about what's the next step, which is to prepare negotiating frameworks for North Macedonia and Albania. So at the moment there was no decision needed, so it was also not mentioned in the text. But it was present in the room, being equal, deciding about common problem, which is corona crisis and the effects of it on the economy.
Да, секако е за почит тоа што тие милиарди што се споменаа како план и како буџет за поначалничен развој на регионот, остана нејасно само како ќе се делат, кои се критериумите, како државите ќе ги добијат овие пари, како ќе оди дистрибуцијата?
Well, the distribution is usually according to the population, according to the size of population, according to the size of the problem and the needs that each country has. And of course, according also to the projects, how many projects are prepared so that the money can be used immediately. But usually it's more or less equal, but depending on the size, of course, usually Serbia gets a little bit more because it's the biggest country in the region, while then the rest follow. But it's very important, I think, the needs. We will look at the needs, the effects of the crisis on every country and what are the needs. For instance, when we were discussing the financial assistance now for the budget, each country came to us telling us how much they would need to fill the gap that they have now in the budget, and that's how we are coming to your country with 160 million of this cheap loan.
Споменавте дека добро е што Македонија во оваква кризна година доби позитивен сигнал, да речеме. Какви се шансите во јуни да биде усогласена преговарачката рамка? Сепак граѓаните да добијат некаква визија, некаква перспектива видлива.
I think we have to be really satisfied that the member states took a decision in March before all these problems now that we have. with Corona, so the decision is there. Commission is now preparing negotiating framework, which means the mandate for negotiations. It will come out, it will be ready in June, as we promised. Then member states will need to discuss and approve it, which I think will happen later in the year, followed by the first intergovernment conference and opening of the first chapters, which we expect still in 2020.
Во истиот период некаде се споменува и термин за можни избори, оние што беа одложени во април. Дали има потреба од брзи избори како што притиска владеачката партија? Држи ли аргументот дека во спротивно ќе се случи институционална криза?
Well, I think that you're in a catch-22 situation, that the leaders of the political leaders will discuss next week and hopefully will find a solution. Why I'm saying catch-22? Because on one side, you have the health situation, you have the crisis with the corona and all the limitations, but on the other side, you don't have a parliament, you have a technical government, and you have emergency situation which cannot be prolonged forever. So at one point you will need new institutions in place, and I think that probably the political leaders will look at the conditions that will allow these elections as soon as possible, provided that health conditions are in place. So as soon as there is this window of opportunity where probably the health experts will say now it is relatively safe to do elections, probably then they will decide to have elections. So I hope next week they will come with a plan.
Уште еден предизвик е и ова што се случува со Бугарија, да речеме, уште една земја членка на Европската унија, која што како да станува нова Грција со тоа што го проблематизира ословувањето на јазикот. Председател Пендаровски прати многу директна порака. Не ве прашувам, бидејќи не сте представник на Бугарија, меѓутоа дали и на кој начин се штитат европските вредности со ова однесување на Бугарија?
Well, in March all member states agreed to open negotiations with your country, so including Bulgaria. So at the same time, of course, good neighborly relations is an important element of enlargement policy. So implementation of the agreement with Bulgaria, implementation of the agreement with Greece will be an important element of your further path in negotiations with the European Union. So in that sense, I hope that discussing bilaterally how to implement the agreement that is clear will help probably also the process of enlargement.
Добро, малку е тенка линијата меѓу тоа што се вредности, односно тоа што се условува и уцена, да речеме, тука некаде многу тенко, некако така се чини. Почнавме со Денот на Европа и ќе завршиме така. Амбасадоре, што планирате за утре? Какви активности ќе има за да се одбележи денот?
Well, this year we'll do it differently. Most of the events, because of the corona crisis, will be online on the Facebook of the Europe House. We'll start with my address, and then we have a lot of events from music to debates. We'll present what we did in the past. I think it's going to be a very interesting program throughout the day. The ambassadors of the European Union will also have addresses in their own languages. I think it's interesting to pass by our Facebook account of the Europe House and see what we are offering. Tomorrow we will also raise the flag with the Prime Minister, Spasovski, in front of the hospital late September, in honor of medical staff who is sacrificing themselves during this crisis. I think we can say that we are donating or this holiday, this day of Europe to the staff, to the medical staff, because they are the real Europeans following the value of solidarity, of helping each other. So that's what we'll do tomorrow.
Благодарам. Беше ова амбасадорот Самуел Жбогар во Дневникот на Македонската телевизија. Овде завршуваме. Пријатна вечер.